Hello, I'm Nicholas Salome, professor of physics at Wichita State University. This week, we're hosting Dr. John Brockman, director of the Missouri University Research Reactor. He'll be giving our physics department seminar. Um, Dr. Brockman oversees all of the research at the 10 megawatt research reactor at Missouri University. And the seminar is at 2 p.m. in Jabara Hall 226 on Wednesday, December 4th. So, welcome, John.
Thank you.
One question that comes to mind, and a lot of people might ask, is how did you get into science research? I mean, I know I was inspired by the space program in the early days of my. How did you find science interesting and got into that?
It was always something I was drawn to. I took all the science classes that I could in high school. And when it came time to pick a college, I ended up picking Truman State University. Um, and a lot of the reason was because of the reputation of the chemistry program there. And I got into radiochemistry specifically. That's a different story. Of course, most universities that you go to won't have a radiochemistry class that you get to take. And my senior year, I read Richard Rhodes' The Making of the Atomic Bomb, and I thought that was just a fantastic blend of history and science. And I learned a lot of science reading that book and chose to go to the University of Missouri for graduate school, where they had a large radiochemistry program. And in my first semester of graduate school, I spent time at Los Alamos National Laboratory. So it was a great start.
Okay. Yeah, here at WSU, we do have a large number of different physics groups, solid state physics and theoretical physics and high energy neutrino physics, and now this NASA low energy and neutrino physics, which is at reactors or hopefully close to the sun. But we also have a lot of chemists, biologists, geology, and a huge engineering group, including NIAR, the National Institute for Aviation Research. So maybe you could give a little advertisement of why your seminar might be interesting and exciting to these people.
Sure. So I am my day job is a as a radio analytical chemist in the chemistry department. I'm an associate professor in the chemistry department, and my research program has always been in applied radio analytical chemistry. So I use techniques that you can find at the reactor to try and solve problems in diverse fields, and have worked from problems in biology to nuclear engineering and nuclear forensics, um, and many other interesting opportunities as well. And then I also have a job as the Associate Director for Research and Education at the MU Research Reactor. And there I oversee an umbrella of programs which includes radiopharmaceutical chemistry and archaeology and archaeometry, which is the science of provenancing artifacts using analytical chemistry tools and physics tools. We also have a material science program, and there we do both neutron scattering and post-radiation examination of materials for the next generation of small modular reactors. And we do many other things as well. And so I'm going to give an overview of some of the science that's happening at MUR and the opportunities to plug in addition to talking about one of my research projects.
Oh, so what's that? Maybe you could briefly describe that research project.
Yeah,
I don't have to give the whole seminar. Just
I think what I'm probably going to talk about is a collaboration that I've had with the United States Transuranium and Uranium Tissue Registry. And they have access to folks who were hurt during the production of transactinides during the Cold War, doing manufacturing processes. And as part of their medical treatment, they were offered the opportunity to enroll in a cohort, which followed them until their death. And then many decades later, often when they died, they donated their bodies to science. And so now we have collections of organs from these folks, and we are working to reconstruct biokinetic models that describe how once you're exposed to plutonium or americium, how it distributes within the body, and then what ultimately the doses are going to be. And so my group plugs into that effort by developing ultra trace methods to measure plutonium and uranium, and even in some cases, radium 226 in some of these tissues.
Well, this is a very broad reach that Missouri University Research Reactor has. And by the way, it's not that far from Wichita. It's only 3.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to fly there, but that's okay. But it's a relatively close, and glad we were able to make contact with you. And I look forward to seeing if we could work and do some tests with you at on our anti-neutrino detector. Okay, so it's all very exciting. I look forward to hearing your talk and your seminar when you arrive. Anyone who wants to join us, please come a little early. There's coffee and cookies 30 minutes before. It's at 1:30 in room 030 Jabara Hall. And the seminar starts at 2 p.m. in Jabara Hall room 226. And everybody's welcome. Thank you.